Happy New Year everybody and welcome to 2019. We thought we'd do a bit of an intro into the year and what's on our minds and our New Year's resolutions. After 2.5 weeks off with the family, and great just to relax after a busy 2018. Last week, like I'm sure it was for many of you, was a bit of a shock to the system. Now back into the swing of things and really with 3 focus priorities for me. Number 1 would be our engineering story. I think we made some fantastic progress last year, but for me we really need to bring that to life so people and colleagues and stakeholders understand what the so what is of all of the great engineering things that we do and how that comes to life for them in pace, productivity, capability and quality. And number 2 will be our colleague engagement. Nick and I both disappointed with where that was. We can make many excuses for that, but there'll be a huge focus for us on colleague engagement. And the 3rd would be the OD and transitioning that effectively and making sure that lands really well for all of us. As far as New Year's resolutions, for me, it's about doing less email, getting out and about and seeing many of you in the labs, getting to listen to what's happening and really having some face-to-face time with you. What about you, Nick?
Well, Happy New Year everybody, great to be back in the business. Obviously I had a lot of time out at the back end of last year, so came back ready to have some uptime over Christmas and catch up rather than some downtime. I think our priorities are very similar. So number 1 is transition. As we get towards the end of February, we'll make the final set of level 6 and 7 appointments. That'll be a great chance for us then to work out exactly who's going where and how we get to our new lab structure across consumer servicing, but lots to do in that space, and we'll have to keep you up to date with how transition's progressing across the value stream. Secondly, colleague engagement, 2 clear areas from last year's survey. 1 was on performance management. We've got Your Best just about to roll out, big change for us on the way we manage performance, and secondly on reward and recognition, not enough of that across the value stream, so I'd encourage everyone, and I'll lead by example, on using the valued platform. And thirdly, I think on the ambition for consumer servicing, there's a hell of a lot in this year. We've got over 200 million of investment in servicing again this year, the biggest value stream within the group, but actually a lot of it is underpinned by the engineering capability that Pete referenced about how do we get propositions to customers quicker and actually in a better state from a user experience perspective. My personal New Year's resolution, I'm not sure what yours is, will be to absolutely make sure I'm in the other labs at least 1 day a week. So I was in Manchester last week, Edinburgh next week, Chester the week after. There's some tremendous things happening in labs outside of London, and actually not just in London, there's 3 or 4 teams in different parts of this building that I'd like to spend more time with. So at least a day a week out of London in the other labs this year.
Yeah, good.
So Happy New Year, look forward to speaking to you a bit later in the quarter.